And now, introducing the new Sneaky G-Man store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in Sneaky G-Man store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for Sneaky G-Man merch. So please, check it out. dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. Water Hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Now let's go do the damn thing. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M replica trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's replica trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the Sneaky G podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants. Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G. But what is going on, everybody? What's going on? You know, I'm going to tell you right now. I take things with a grain of salt. You know, I really do. And what I mean by that is, I'm not going to say when or what time or whatever the case may be. Someone, excuse me, what was that? Somebody said, I heard you're not doing a show tonight. I'm like, why? I mean, no, everything is, a go. Got the cable that I needed, that I thought I needed. Excuse me. Laptop's fully charged. I did a show last night. It wouldn't make no sense not to do one tonight. Well, I just heard that you weren't going to do one. So I want to make one thing clear. One thing clear. If I didn't have a show tonight, it would have been for unforeseen reasons. Okay. But if I didn't have a show tonight, it's not that, I mean, where am I going to run? Where am I going to go? Everybody, and I mean this in the most humblingest way. When you meet me, there's four things I'll say four things. I might have to deduct a couple. There's four things you're going to know about me within our meeting, our initial meet. Like if you've never seen me on my platforms, on my, Instagrams, TikTok, Clapper, that is a platform, by the way, not what you may think it is. So I do have the Clapper. Anyway, I know that's going to be edited, but anyway, YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, yes, MySpace, whatever you want to call it. If you've never seen any of it and you meet me for the first time, there's four things you're going to know about me. Okay. I'm a God-fearing man. That's one. Okay, I love the Lord. I love the Lord. Two, I'm a doubting. Well, okay, three. I'm a family man. I adore my wife, and I love my kids. Question mark. And I'm a diehard. No, there is four. I'm a diehard Giants fan, and I am a diehard Phil Simms fan. Those are the four things you're going to know about me when you first. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go if I don't do a show tonight? Where if I don't do a show, and I want to pound this in the head right now. Where am I going to go if I don't do a show? All you got to do is post on my TikTok, post on an Instagram, slide into my DMs, post on my Facebook pages. That's all you got to do, or tweet me, call me out. And of course, if you call me out, I'm going to respond, because if you call, I love when people call me out, because, unless I really have done some harm, call me, you know what I'm saying? I got receipts. And that's what I love about them. And that's why I'm here with my new belt right now. I got this belt, and I got it proudly. I am a diehard Giants fan. I take the good with the bad. I take the beautiful and the ugly. I was there when Phil Simms was called Super Bowl MVP. I was there when Hotstetler took us to the promised land, and Otis Anderson was Super Bowl MVP. I was there in 2000 rooting on my Giants when we lost the Super Bowl. But I was there when we watched them demolish the Minnesota Vikings. I was there when the transferring of the guard from Kerry Collins to Kurt Warner to Eli Manning, when in his first year went 1-6. I was there. I rooted them. I was there for Kent Graham, Dave Brown. And you damn right I was on that mountain. And not just me, all the Giant fans. We all celebrated. I'm not going nowhere as a Giants fan, or doing this show, or on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. I am not, God willing, I'm going nowhere. That is the truth. I don't hide from people. I don't hide from my show. I don't hide from the fact that we're not having a good season right now. Did I have high expectations of the New York Football Giants? You damn right I did. I had every right to believe that we were going to carry over that momentum of the small success that we've had, that we as Giant fans have been waiting for so long. And now we're back to square one. Bottom line. And what is the memo? What I hate what people do. If you're going to ask me what happened, if you're going to ask me, why are you guys losing? Why are you guys not scoring points? If I tell you, don't say excuses, because if that is going to be your response, then F you for asking me. Bottom line. You didn't want to know in the first place. You just wanted a reason to pout your, you know what? And I don't blame. I think it's hilarious. I will, and I'm going to bring in Cowboy fans here. I'm going to bring Cowboy fans. Come one, come all. I hope you guys are watching out there in social media land. I understand how you're celebrating the demise of this team, or I won't say this team, I'll say of this year. Keep in mind, this is just the first quarter. Now, granted, we have some hard games. The next two are going to be brutal. We got Miami in Miami, we got Buffalo in Buffalo, and then we got the Commanders, who are playing good right now. And I want Ant, I hope you see this. I'm gonna put the well, let me get the link out there real quick. Ant and I had a really good conversation yesterday, and I kept saying, let's save it for the show. Let's save it for the show. Ant is at his best when he's pissed, and he was pissed. I'm pissed too. Hold on, I'm trying to add more. Now, I hate the Dallas Cowboys. That goes without saying, okay? And honestly, misery loves company. I understand why Dallas Cowboy fans are so eager to respond with the score of 4 weeks ago. I understand why they're so eager to point out and say Daniel Jones is not the guy. I understand why they're so eager to say we are trash, because they themselves are miserable. They themselves have not even seen a championship. And even if they have, they'll admit that it's been since they were in high school, or it's been since I was in my 20s, or I was a teenager, or I was a toddler. Misery loves company. And I'm going to say this. I'm not miserable right now. I understand the fact that we are going through some terrible times right now. You know, people want to say last year was a fluke. It was last year. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year. That's it. I was done with last year before the draft even started. Why, you may ask me? Because we're drafting players for this year. But misery loves company. And you know, the fact that Dallas Cowboy fans, or anybody, Eagle fans, I don't think Commanders too much. I'll be honest. I mean, Commanders really haven't talked much. Shout out Chris Porkrind, Awesome Sports. You guys really don't, but WTF. I mean, you guys, WTF, you talk a little bit, but I mean, like, nobody really, it's Commanders. Nobody really pays attention. You know, the thing is, you guys keep telling us Daniel Jones ain't the guy, but in reality, because of his failures, you should say you should keep him. You should say, oh man, you should have paid him more. You underpaid him. But no, you want to sit there and you want to say you overpaid him. You should have paid Barkley, blah, blah, blah. Why? I love the fact that Dak is a Dallas Cowboy, because you're not going to win nothing with him. Your own fans don't want Dak, Dallas. The moment Trey Lance was in a trade, you wanted to jump ship quick. When Tiki Barber said, I take Daniel Jones, I don't know, I think I take Daniel Jones over Dak, I agreed with him 110%. And why? Why you say that? Because you don't even want him. There's Dallas Cowboy fans on record right now, saying that they would rather have Trey Lance as the moment Trey Lance got there. The moment Trey Lance got there, what did y'all do? Everything and anything but laid out the red carpet for him. But you want to clown Tiki Barber. I got your back on this one. You guys don't even want Dak. But misery loves company. You guys are so miserable in your own team that you want to forget it. The only time you're going to forget it, remember your guys' faults is when you lose. Oh, to me, it is entertaining when y'all lose. Y'all want to shoot up TVs, beat up TVs, I saw and I'm going to address that Giant fan that threw down his jersey and left. Y'all want to do what you want to do, Dallas Cowboy fans. When y'all lose, you want to fire everybody. But the moment you win, Super Bowl. And I see you. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to bring you on in 1 second. I want to talk about the game before I bring you on. And actually, no, hold on. Let me just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just picked my wife up from the airport, and then I got to run and grab my daughter real quick too. So I wanted to pop on real quick.
Oh, okay. How much time you got?
5-10 minutes.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what we talked about yesterday. And I saw one of your comments. You were talking about DJ, right? Mm-hmm. Hold off on that. You mentioned Evan Neal last night.
Uh-huh. You mean the trash can on the right-hand side of the line?
Yeah, the whole line was hurting. Well, tell me your thoughts. Okay, and you were at the game. I want to address it. You were at the game.
Yeah.
Tell me what you saw that we didn't see.
I don't know if the TV showed it or not. There was players at the end of the game when basically the game was already out of reach and everything. You had defensive players, specifically Kayvon Thibodeau, standing over there, joking around, smiling like it was a grand old time. I kind of want to get into a little bit more about what I heard this morning.
So, okay, all right, go ahead.
I'm listening to Boomer Esiason on the Boomer and Geo show, WFAN in New York. And Boomer says that he had a conversation with Troy Aikman last night. And this is why I'm done with DJ. He talked to Brian Daboll, and Daboll basically told him, I have to get this kid up every game. I have to motivate him constantly. My feeling on that is if you have to constantly motivate a fifth-year quarterback, he's not the guy. He's definitely not the guy. And I'm actually mad now because at first you're like, well, it's 2 years, roughly $40 million a year. We technically only have him for 2 years. Now I'm looking at it as like, can we get rid of him after this year? Because I'm fed up, man. 5 years. And I get the offensive line thing. But here's the other part of it that we didn't talk about last night. And I didn't think about this part. The core of this team that was there last year is still there. What's the excuse? I understand Barkley's out and Thomas is out. But two of them doesn't make the difference between last year and this year.
Well, clearly, I mean, I don't know how much of a difference maker Thomas was because his last outing wasn't all that spectacular.
Right.
Actually, he was the best focal point in that offensive line against the Dallas Cowboys. Right. But you're right. The core is still there. And again, this is why we as Giant fans had set expectations of this year's team. Now,
we were sold false hope.
Let's be honest. I know our friendship. I know I'm a little more optimistic, or I say positive, I guess, than you, right? My glass is always half full. But I understood that this year, and you pointed out to me, and that's what I love about you, is that this is a hard schedule. Mm-hmm. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. We saw the Buffalo Bills. We saw Miami. And of course, Philly being the defending conference champs, whatever the case may be. This wasn't a pushover schedule. Okay.
what was it like, ranked third hardest or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, great. Now that I brought that up, I'm going to see, oh, you're making excuses already. No, I'm just saying that this was a difficult schedule. Because I think Green Bay was on there too, and all this other stuff. Oh, and plus Seattle. Yes. Yeah. Although I felt that Seattle was equal to us, I was wrong. I was wrong. I don't know. So I hear what you're saying about DJ, and obviously, I'm going to defend him. I'm going to push back a little bit on that, but hear me out. This is why. If what you say is true, which I think it's safe to say, I'm not going to call Troy Aikman or Boomer Esiason a liar. No, I'm not going to disrespect a Hall of Famer and a future Hall of Famer in that aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if that is the sentiments of Dable about Jones, why re-sign him? Why pay him the $82 million?
That's why I
guaranteed. I'm just saying guaranteed.
So on one of my Facebook pages, I kind of went down that road too, which is, I think, hear me out, I think there's a new Jerry Jones in the league, and his name is John Mara. I think Mara had a hand in A, giving Daniel all that money, and B, because there has been a rumor out there that John Mara basically told Joe Shane, I want him signed. End of story. So if that's the case, then there's why Daniel Jones got that bag. There's why Daniel Jones is still here. Because if you watch did you watch Dable's interview this morning?
I did. Well, not this morning, but I saw the post game.
Right. So this morning,
I wanted to watch I wanted to watch today's interview, but I had to prep for the show.
Watch it.
So
it says everything you need to know without saying anything. Just the things he was saying about the way the team's going. And I'll tell you what, the reporters were asking some pretty legit questions. They were being respectful, and it's to some point, Dable was being a little PC, but then every now and then he would take just a little tiny jab at certain people. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to ruin it. I want everybody to make their own opinion of what he said. But I'm just saying, keep track of what he's saying. And then I watched Dable or Daniel Jones's interview, and I really want to like this kid, but he sounds like Joe Judge.
Oh, Dable?
No, Daniel Jones. I put this on me. Oh. We lost because of me. I got to make this better. I'm going to do better. Okay, when? What week are you going to wait to do better in?
Well, I would say he would sound like Joe Judge if and when he would blame it on the headset. I think that's.
But again,
okay, all right. Look, I'm going to push back on. I'm going to defend Dable on this. I would rather him say that, take accountability, than put it on something else. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I would rather him take accountability because is he not lying? He's telling the truth. Everything is on him. He's the head coach. And the buck stops with him.
I think the one thing that everybody's taken out of proportion is Daniel Jones is kind of the scapegoat. But I did say this, as much as I'm aggravated with Daniel Jones. Listen, if they win, I'm happy. Whether it's with Daniel Jones or Dave Brown or whoever.
Oh, God.
I'm happy as a Giants fan that they won. But the misconception is it's not one person's fault. I've learned that. This is a team effort from top to bottom. The defense was great in the first quarter and then sucked ass after that. The offense did the same thing they did against the Cowboys. They had a great drive going and couldn't cap it off. I think mistake number one is on Dable. They should have never went for that on fourth down. They should have kicked.
No, I appreciated the gamble. I did not like the play call.
Too early to be doing that.
Too early to go for it. Get the points.
Yeah.
Especially in the state that we're in.
Here's how bad it was at the end of the night. So they handed out rally towels. I don't know if you saw them on the TV last night. They handed out rally towels and people were going crazy and everything. I want to say with 10 minutes, somewhere between 10 and 8 minutes left in the game, fans were throwing them towels on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Everybody that was walking out of the stadium going walk of shame. I mean, we're tired. We're tired of it. And then again, that's why I said last year was a false hope. Like, okay, you bring Saquon back. This is going to be the big thing here. This is going to be the thing that says, you know what? They should have given Saquon that money instead of Daniel. If Saquon comes back next week or whenever he comes back, and they do that and win a few games, then all the fans that have been saying we should have paid Saquon instead of Daniel were 100% right. And I don't have a problem.
Right. Now, let's keep in mind, though, they tried to do that. They tried to pay Barkley before Daniel.
Right.
The only problem is the value between a quarterback and a running back.
Oh, no, I get that.
You know,
again,
so
that's money that's been spent in other spots. So we signed the talent that we could with the money that we had. We still didn't have a lot of money. People want to think we had a lot of money. We didn't, because we're still paying dead cap on players that ain't even here no more.
Right.
So the problem with that is that money, even that money that let's say we gave Barkley $16 million a year for 3 years. Let's say we gave it to him. Okay. That takes a good chunk out of Daniel Jones, the money he's getting, but it leaves that much more money. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Daniel Jones play Tyrod. We play Tyrod for a year, and he becomes a bridge guy to whatever we bring in next year, or even this year for that matter.
But you and I both know Tyrod's not the guy, though.
No, but he's a bridge guy.
But Daniel Jones is better than Tyrod.
But Daniel Jones is a bridge guy. Tyrod, I think Tyrod could win more games than Daniel. At this point, I really do. You look at what Tyrod did with the Chargers before they punctured his lung with the needle. Tyrod.
Oh, even with Buffalo, and even with the Browns. I know. I get it. Now let me throw some. You got a few more minutes before you got to go.
I got probably like another.
So we got more first downs than they did. We had 17. They had 13. Rushing attempts. We had 112 yards on 29. They had 20. They had 121 on 23 attempts. Passing, of course, we got the 2 turnovers. Daniel threw the ball more, and he got more yards. 11 sacks to 2. 11 sacks for minus 63 yards. Total yards, they got 281. We got 248. 1 lost fumble. 3 total turnovers. They got 8 penalties. We got 6. We actually converted more. 6 out of 16. They're 3 out of 2. They were 0-2 for fourth down conversions. We were 2-4. We had the ball longer than they did. 36 minutes to 24 minutes.
And that right there says everything I need to know. Although the Giants had the better stats as far as team numbers, the biggest numbers of all those stats was the 3 turnovers, because 2 of them ended up being touchdowns. Not automatically. The one obviously was a return for a touchdown, but one of the other ones ended up resulting in a touchdown later. So we turn the ball over. I mean, anybody turns the ball over, and nothing can come from that.
Young K.
He consistently encouraged us to have faith, and that's just in anything, bro. Not just about the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. You okay? Okay. I want to. If you got to go, I think now would be a good time for you to go, unless you want to hear this.
Oh, listen, when it comes to the Giants and young K, listen, he's a Cowboys fan. We're going to get a lot of shit. And you know what? I'm used to it. That's the hardest part for me.
It's not that. It's not that. It's okay. I want someone to call me out on this.
Okay.
If I ever told someone, I didn't even hit the mic there. If I ever made it personal about a football team, right? If I like, for example, I see Mike, positive Philly, right? If I ever made it personal about the Eagles towards him on any of my content, please, anybody, I challenge anybody to call me out. If look, I'm gonna be real. You don't tell a grown man to shut up. Call me old fashioned, call me whatever.
No, it's disrespectful.
And I implore everyone to go to my TikTok, check out my latest TikTok post. And well, first what initiate, and you know what? He is a child, whatever the case may be. And I shouldn't be. Someone said, why do I give these idiots the time of day? You're right. I don't know. I have no idea. But you're right. It is disrespectful. Okay. Talk about the Giants all you want. They're trash. Yes, they're trash. I can't do nothing about it, but I'm still gonna root for them.
Yeah,
okay?
when you personal, it's not cool.
I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. I don't hate the people. I mean, I'll irritate Cowboy fans, but I don't hate the fans. Do I dislike some? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
There's a
kind
few.
of what caused the first of many beefs I had with young K. And again, I think he's a great kid. I think he's gonna have, I just think he's a good dude. It's just I think things come out wrong. But again, that what he's telling you to shut up is almost the exact same thing like what he said to me, because I basically said that because I was calling the Cowboys the cow bitches. Like it was nothing said to him personally.
Right.
I didn't say
right.
it was.
Right.
I just called
So
his team.
I made a post. Okay, all right, let me back up. He tried to be grown. Okay. So I gave him a grown man lesson. Okay. He told me to shut up and sit down and take this L like a man. Okay. Well, then he needs to do the same thing, because when I challenged him to a bet, like I do everybody else, okay? Everybody else, when I challenged him to a bet, he came up with this excuse that I'm 21 or I'm in my 20s. I'm going to be responsible. It becomes addictive. You know what? I can't say it does or it doesn't. Okay. I could say for me, it doesn't. It's not. And if you bet if you do it once and you lose, which I know he knows he'll lose this one, that's why he's not taking the bet, you're not going to gamble again.
Can I ask you a question real quick before I leave?
Yeah.
What is the difference between the past and keeping receipts?
It's the same thing.
Thank you. Just asking for a friend.
But see, there's a difference though, because when you get Cowboy fans jumping on your page talking about 40-0, okay, that's just one game. You still ain't gonna win shit. You still ain't gonna win the Super Bowl.
Well, all right, I'll give you the example. So I don't know.
Put it in more context so I understand.
I made a TikTok. It must have been last year, because it was about how Dak Prescott threw more touchdowns than anybody in the league. And played a few less games.
I think I saw that one. Yeah,
so
I saw that.
He went right into Daniel Jones is going to throw more than that, which he hasn't yet. When he does, you can say something, but he hasn't yet.
Right.
And then he's basically saying that, basically just bringing it up. And, he cut it short. He didn't play the whole thing. He pieced out what he wanted to. And that's fine. I get it. That's what trolls do. But then when I called him out on it and said, well, I thought the past was the past, his answer was, well, I just got receipts. Okay.
Well, he got that because that's what he got from me.
That's fine. Okay.
Because he tried to use what I said about Giant fans, about Cowboy fans that claim when they win 5 about the whole. I know you remember this about the whole assignment like a class project, and then he used that against. I'm like, bruh, I'm the one that told you that.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
And my thing is this, and I'm still getting trolled because of the video I made earlier, and it's fine. I get it. It's part of the fun. Like you said, when you get personal, that's when I'm just like, all right, I'm blocking you. No big deal.
Right.
But my thing is this. It's like, why is everything okay for you to do, but when we do the exact same thing, it's the past,
right.
Abuse, your team hasn't done this. No, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about 10 minutes ago. I'm talking about right now. But you don't talk about that when it comes to your team. And Young K, if you're watching this, I'm not saying you. It's a lot of people.
It's more than just him.
It's
more than just him.
It's a hypocrite thing to do. And don't get me wrong, I know I do it. It happens. I get it. People make mistakes. But when you constantly do it over and over again, it's not a mistake. You're being a hypocrite.
Right.
So, all right. With that, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I will be having a show tomorrow night, so check me out, guys. Steph, thanks for the few minutes I have.
All right, man. Yeah, drive safe picking up your daughter.
All right, man. Love you, bro.
Love you too, bro. Be good.
Let's go, Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam. Drive safe. I want to listen to the whole thing.
Jesus. It's wrong. I'm a child of God, bro. Fix yourself. Cowboy Nation on top of DC for life. Let's go win the Super Bowl. I know we're going to win the Super Bowl.
No, you don't know. You don't know. What's up, Mike?
Oh, what's up, Sneaky? How you doing?
I don't know, man. You know how I'm doing, but I'll tell you what. Let me just save you. Let me just save you right now. And how about we just focus on the Eagles right now? How about we do that? Let's focus on the Eagles.
I was at the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I think that would be the best bet.
I was at the game on Sunday, Sneaky.
Right. And who'd y'all play against?
The
Commanders, right?
Yeah, that game wasn't pretty, but a win is a win.
Yeah, especially when you're speaking to someone who's 1-3 right now. A win is a win.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I did not think it was going to be that close. And I'm not saying that to badmouth the Eagles or anything. I'm just being real. I did not think it was going to be that close.
I didn't know. I was
the fact that it went. Matter of fact, let's bring in Billy right now.
Sneaky.
Billy, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Sneaky? Positive.
Not much.
Yeah, listen.
Hey, the champ is here.
Hey, listen. I, as a respectful Eagles fan, I will say that I don't want to hurt your feelings, Sneaky, but yeah. The Giants need.
I think you should focus on the Eagles right now. Like I told Mike.
Fair enough. Okay.
It wouldn't be fair to Mike if I let you talk about the Giants and not Mike. I think that'll be unfair to.
Yeah, I think
at the end of the show if I can't talk about anything.
I think the Eagles are playing great right now. I just think that honestly, I think our passing was a lot better. I know Positive can probably agree on that. Our passing was a lot better. I do like our offense. Our offense is unstoppable. I think our next two are going to be wins because we got Rams and
Jay Jones. I see you, man.
I expect us to be 6-0 by the Miami game. I might be going to that game, possibly. So, I might be going to that game, Miami game. And that might be it. Red October, baby. That's all. Yeah, Positive. Red October. Yes, sir.
Oh, how'd the Phillies do?
Playing right now, 3-0. Top of the sixth.
Oh, okay. Because I know Texas.
LED lights going red for the Phillies this week.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Yeah, because I know I'm not a Rangers fan. I'm not gonna act like I'm a Rangers fan, but I know they won.
Yeah.
But I don't hate the Rangers like I do the Cowboys.
Right.
So you guys have the Los Angeles Rams.
We got the Rams this week and following week Jets.
Well, yeah, we'll focus on the Rams right now. So you guys have the Rams. Hold on.
Yeah, that should be an easy.
Sneaky, the two games.
Problem is Cooper Cup comes back, so I honestly think that's going to be. I mean, I don't think he scares me at all. You know, Cooper Cup's coming back from injury. You know, we don't really know what to expect of him.
I'm not going to be a hard game for us, Billy, because we got Puka Nakua.
Oh yeah, him, yeah. It's gonna be hard.
I got him on my fantasy team. He was a sleeper.
I honestly think that's going to be a game where, like the Commanders game, as Sneaky mentioned, it was close with the Commanders. I think it's going to be very close with the Rams as well. If we can just stop their run game and their pass game, we should be fine. But it's going to be a tough game, especially at Rams. Yeah,
the Eagles are undefeated, Sneaky, but we haven't played a B+ game.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We've played
well, you know, and I was actually telling Philly Sports Guy this last week.
Oh, Philly Sports Guy, yeah, hell yeah.
I said to him, I said, look, you got to be feeling good that you guys are playing your worst football and you're still finding ways to win.
Exactly. Yep. And we're not even playing real teams. To be honest with you, we're not even playing like our schedule down the stretch.
We have
Bills, Chiefs, 49ers, Dolphins, tough stretch down the road. And that's when we play the real teams. Honest to God, that's when we play the real teams. Right now, it's just all baby steps.
Right now, I'm looking at the line. Right, Eagles are -4.
-4,
and the over under is 50.
Wow.
So I mean, that's a high scoring game.
It's a high scoring game.
The Rams came off of a win last week.
Right.
You guys came off of a win last week.
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm picking the Eagles to win this game.
Absolutely. 100%.
I'm going to be honest. I'm picking the Eagles.
I think we can win it. Yes.
I don't have a score, you know, and I'm not going to say, I mean, I would, if I was a betting man, I would pick the Rams and take the points, you know.
I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
But I mean, over under 50, good God.
I think it's going to be, honestly, I guess I'll give my score prediction. We'll go 28-25 Eagles. I think it's going to be a close game than most people expect, but I think 28-25 is relevant.
I don't have a score prediction.
You don't have a score prediction?
You don't have a score prediction?
No.
I got 28-25 unless things change throughout the game and I see things different, then it might change. But for right now, 20-25 Eagles. But like I said, I think it's going to be closer than people expect. I think
Cooper Cup will be traded, and
I agree with that, Daniel.
We'll take over.
I agree with that.
Why can't you have both?
They got too many receivers.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that would be a dangerous.
Mickey, I'm going to 2 more games this season. I'm going to the Dallas game and the Buffalo game.
Oh, you are going?
Yeah.
Wait, are you coming to Dallas?
No.
Oh, okay. The Dallas.
You're going. They're in Buffalo. Okay. So you're not going. Are you going Christmas Day or no?
No. So here's the thing, right? My dad got him from a friend who has season tickets, and he bought 3 games for me. He bought the Washington game, the Cowboys game, and the Bills. He had the Christmas Day game, but he's like, nah, I don't want it. He's like, he didn't want it. He didn't want it. He didn't want to have to, spend that money around Christmas.
Exactly right.
And then miss time with the family.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll be there Christmas Day. I would have loved to go, but
I'll be there Christmas Day positive, so I'll be there cheering on the Eagles. Yep. It'll be
it's going to be
it's going to be a good experience.
It's going to be a W.
I appreciate you. Let me and I'll talk to Mike real quick. Let me hear it one time, man.
All right, brother. Sneaky, it was great having you, man. Listen, I hope you bounce back, and let's go Giants.
Hey,
ow,
go Phillies.
Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, Mike, real quick. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on the Eagles? And let me hear it one time.
We're looking good, Sneaky. I feel bad for the Giants. I hope you guys can get a few wins before you play the Eagles on Christmas.
All right, I appreciate that. Let me hear it one time, Mike.
But it's gonna be a rough season for y'all. Go Birds, go Phils, and let's go Giants.
I'll take it. Okay. Real quick. Let me see. Oh, I got it right here. Okay. All right. So I want to bounce. I want to bounce off real quick of what Ant was talking about about Dable. Okay. Let me see if I can present extra screen. There we go. All right. So I got it. Well, I thought I had it paused. Let me see something here. Okay. So I don't have the volume up or anything. I know you see him talking. Hold on. So I want to watch this.
Don't feel like we've seen a lot of development from the offensive line, especially the guys you drafted last year. On the outside, that obviously makes people question the coaching. And what do you say to that? Why have those players not developed?
Yeah, I'd say that there's some things that we've improved on, and obviously.
Hold on. Why isn't that screen going off yet? Hold on. Let me see here. Okay.
Hey, Brian. I want to ask you, don't feel like we've seen a lot of development from the offensive line, especially the guys you drafted last year. On the outside, that obviously makes people question the coaching. And what do you say to that? Why have those players not developed?
Yeah, I'd say that there's some things that we've improved on.
I'm trying to figure out why is it still showing, why it's not going to the clear view. Bear with me 1 second, guys.
Hey, Brian.
Why is it not? I'm just going to let it play.
I want to ask you, don't feel like we've seen a lot of development from the offensive line, especially the guys you drafted last year. On the outside, that obviously makes people question the coaching. And what do you say to that? Why have those players not developed?
Yeah, I'd say that there's some things that we've improved on, and obviously some things that we need to work on. Again, some of these games, Dan, have led to some passing situations late in the game where they're teeing off, and then that's a collective thing, starting with us and down to the execution of the play. But certainly, we have to do a better job all the way around.
Are you satisfied with the job Bobby has done with that group?
Well, I'm not satisfied with anything right now. So that's collectively as a team.
And then last one, how can a quarterback manage better when there's going to be pressure in any offense, but obviously there's been a lot this year? What can Daniel do better when that is the case?
Yeah, I think that's just that's team offensive football. There's going to be pressure. I'd say on a considerable amount of plays in the National Football League, whether it's free runners, just congestion versus jailbreak. And there's times where it's just jailbreak, and he's got to do a good job of saving the play, congestion, moving in the pocket, keeping our eyes downfield. But again, that's a team thing too. Receivers being where they're supposed to be, line working together, quarterback throwing on time, and we haven't done a good enough job of that.
Thanks.
Yep.
Bruce back.
Brian, did you get any sleep last night?
No, not much. But that's the way it goes on night games.
You maintain the same confidence in your team as the confidence in your team wavered anyway.
No, I think look, when you're in this position, you tell them what we're not doing right. You own it. You own it as a leader, and you come back ready to go. Again, not the start that we had hoped for. We had worked for. But a long road ahead and a lot of improvement to be done.
I appreciate his honesty. I'm just going to be honest.
Hey, Dave. I just wanted to ask a question about last night that drew interest, it seems, from the fan base. Was that tablet thrown at Daniel, or was it just sort of in his direction?
Okay, that's a dumb question.
There's just been a lot of response.
Why is he going to throw it at his quarterback?
I wouldn't throw a tablet there. I just tossed it to the side because it was, obviously a little bit of frustration. But no, I wouldn't throw a tablet at him.
Speaking of frustration, Waller was not happy after the game. I think he had one target in the first half. How do you get your key playmakers involved, even in a game that, might be going south, but I would think you still want Waller to be part of whatever this is?
Yeah, I'd say that there was play calls for Darren, but certainly can do a better job of that. I'd say there was a number of them that we just, couldn't get to, whether it was the progression, whether it was the pressure, whether it was the read. But, we have to do a better job of that as a coaching staff.
Thank you.
Yep.
Paul Schwartz.
Hey, Brian, I got a couple.
Sure.
When you said, we call things, we just can't get to them. Obviously, with all these sacks and pressures, you're not going to get to some of these things. So when you don't just grade that obviously, you're grading each route that these guys are running. So what are you seeing from them, even if the ball doesn't get out of the pocket? What are you seeing from Darren and Paris and some of these guys? Are they winning their routes? Are they at least presenting enough open space for Daniel if he can get the ball out?
Yeah, I'd say they're doing a good job of, being where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there. Is it perfect? No, there's certainly things we can work on there as well. But, there's not a lot of mental errors or things like that, Paul, in terms of where they're supposed to be or when they're supposed to be there. But again, the passing game, as you know, is a collection of everybody doing their job. And that's what we need to do better.
And one thing after the game,
and I think he means the offensive line.
Xavier McKinney said something about, we definitely can go sideways. You know what I mean? And I know in this league, if you don't correct things quickly, they can go south. Is that something you don't want thinking, or is that just reality?
Yeah, I mean, my thinking is come back ready to work tomorrow and talk about the things we need to improve and go out there and improve and ultimately play better on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I don't get these questions.
Hey, Dibs.
Hey, Ryan.
I think the big picture question on all the fans' mind is, how does a team that looked so impressive last year get off to this kind of start when you guys upgraded the talent? It's the second season in the same offensive schemes. You kept the coordinators. Are you guys, is it like a chemistry thing?
This is a good question right here. I got to give him his props on this one.
Has been so good. How do you explain this seemingly step back from last year when the core is the same and the coaches are the same?
Yeah, I would say, Ryan, every year is a new year. I've said that since the start of OTAs, and it is. There's a lot of things that have to go right each game to be successful, and right now we're not there yet. We're certainly working to be there.
Nelson, you're so right,
and that's what we'll try to do this week.
We need to turn it around fast.
Is there any credence to the idea that maybe you guys are a victim of last year's success? Like, were you guys ahead of schedule last year?
Yeah, I don't go back in terms of that, Ryan. I just try to focus on the here and now, which is, we got a lot of improving to do, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Thanks.
You got it.
Jordan Renan.
Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Jordan.
I'm curious. Darren Waller mentioned something about he had to chip a lot and stay in, and that kind of limited his opportunities. I wanted to know what you thought of that, and if you kind of agreed with that.
How much is left?
Well, yeah, certainly we used some of that where we had to, keep tight ends and backs in to try to help out protection at times. The longer developing plays, you need a little bit more time. So there's certainly some protection things that you have to try to do to try to push the ball down the field. And then you have to take your calculated chances of when you want to do that and how you want to do that when you don't.
And also, obviously, the interactions with it.
All right, I'm going to move on. Look, I'm going to say this about Dable. You got to appreciate his honesty. He has to protect the team. He has to protect the locker room. He has to protect the players. Okay. You don't want to be in these press conferences or the media conference, if you will, media press, whatever you want to call it, and go on an 11-minute rant. Some of you that Giant fans, that might sound familiar. Okay. You don't want to do that. I'm going to watch the rest of it later, but I'm going to just focus on the Giants right now. I saw this picture and it brought me back to when I first started playing football. Okay. Those of you know, I am a big guy. Okay. I was a Husky. I don't know if you remember that. If any of you former Huskies out there know what I'm talking about. It's an old school term. When you bought a pair of jeans, you went to the Husky aisle. That was a good word of saying healthy. Okay. And I say that because I don't know where I was going with that. Where the hell was I going with that? Oh, yeah. Playing football. I was a Husky guy. And I was playing offensive line. Yes, they put me at offensive line. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Okay. But I started middle school, 7th and 8th grade. Okay. And I remember one game or one practice. One of the players, not me, because I was guard. We had a tackle. I was he was not I, he was the coach pulled the player aside and he said, "What were you doing?" He said, I don't know. Apparently the player missed the block. And the coach said, "No, you didn't miss the block. You made the block. You made the play, but the technique was a little different. What happened is when you missed your man, you should have yelled out, 'Look out,' because what you did, you caused a lookout block. That's what you did." And I look at this picture right here with Neil. This is Neil right here. And that's what you call a lookout block. I don't do this to diminish what Neil has done. Look, he's a first round draft pick. He's in the NFL. He's playing for the Giants right now. But he needs to be better. Do I believe in him? Of course I do. Of course I do. You called it a bust. No, see, that's true too. But see, the object is when what's his name passed Neil should have yelled out, "Look out!" And then he would have finished the lookout block. This season is not gonna get any easier. Okay. But I'm not saying that to be a negative Nancy. I just want to come out and say it ahead of time that it's gonna get a little rough. Our next 4 games are Miami, at Buffalo, Commanders, Jets at home. That's just the next 4. That's just the next 4 games. I remember being back in 2017 when I saw my beloved Giants come to Denver. This is when we lived in Denver, and I saw them play in Denver. And we won our first game of the season. It was week 8. Am I saying this is going to be in a similar situation? I'm not going to say that. I refuse to believe that. I want to believe. No, I'm going to change that. I'm going to believe that something is going to happen that's going to turn this thing around. Now, am I going to say we're going to win the next 4? I'm not saying that either. But I am saying any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen. At Miami, at Buffalo, Washington at home, Jets at home. How do we get outscored? 64-3 at home. at home. You know, I still have faith in Joe Shane. I still have faith in Coach Dable. If anybody can do it, it's those guys right there. I'm going to assume, they say about assumptions, but I'm going to assume that the analytical aspect of what Ant provided is not entirely accurate. I have to believe. I mean, of course, I want to believe that Maras and the Tishes are not as hands-on as, say, Jerry Jones. I want to say they're like a Rob Kraft. But someone in my position, we don't know that. Again, that's where it lies, the assumption. I'm gonna go. Hold on. Let me look at something real quick. And this, I'm gonna bring back some brutal memories for Giant fans. Okay. 2011 was our last Super Bowl. Okay. We went 9-7 that year. The following year, we went 9-7, didn't make the playoffs. 2013, I want to say 2013 was Gilbright's last year. We went 7-9. And then came the rough years, 6-10, 6-10. 2016, we went 11-5 under McAdoo. Coughlin was not re-signed. McAdoo and Spagnolia, because McAdoo got fired. We went 3-13. 5-11, 4-12, 6-10. First year under Judge. 4-13, 9-7-1. And right now we are 1-3. Yeah. I still love this team. I'm still going to root for this team. I'm still going to be watching it Sunday against Miami. I actually picked them to win. Why? Because I will not doubt my team. I still rock with them. I hope you all have a good night. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneakyg.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants.